Good morning. Okay, I wanted to update y'all. Last night I watched a sermon. It was amazing. So I wanted to hop on here this morning as I drove to work and just like chat with you. I'm gonna try to keep the air low, but it's kind of really warm for the morning. It says my car says 70, but it was like really warm when I walked out today. This morning, I ended up waking up, doing a workout. So I put my workout clothes on my nightstand and I literally got changed in bed. So I didn't need to get out of bed. So I would like do my workout. So I put like leggings and a sports bra, and then I put a hoodie next to my mat that I usually work out on. I put my hoodie over there just in case I was cold. Then I would have to get up to go grab my hoodie to put it on. I just wasn't even cold though, so which is amazing. And then I ended up going into the bathroom. So this is after I changed, and I was like, I need to put my contacts on to work out, you know. I go put my contacts on. No. I'm going to the bathroom because I need to go pee. So I go to the bathroom and I see like this little thing on the floor, and I'm like, that might be a bug, but I can't really see because I have no contacts on. So I literally put a piece of toilet paper over it because I'm just like, just in case it moves, like it's already like, it's all good. Then I'm about to wash my hands and I see a massive bug by our shower. Like, I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, oh my gosh, because it was hiding. It was a roach, and it was so big. It was probably like, I don't have anything to show you. Okay, here's a hair tie. It was probably a little, it could maybe fit in this hair tie, but I don't know if its legs could. That's how big it was. Do not go. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lord, for protection. Anyway, so that's how I woke up this morning. I do not wake up that early to work out, but today I just like planned it last night. I picked out my outfit for workout. I picked out my outfit for the day really early, and when you do things really early, it's just like you have time to do other things, you know? So there's that. Then I got my contacts on, I grabbed my mat, I closed our door really quietly. Matt was still sleeping, and I went into the living room, which I actually do normally work out in our bedroom. Even though we have a gym in our house, I need to break the habit. I haven't yet. So I go into the living room, work out. It's beautiful out there. The sun is like shining. I'm working out, and all of a sudden I see on the wall coming down, or like on like, you know those like wall boards, the boards at the bottom of a wall, I don't know what they're called. Anyway, and I see a massive wolf spider, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, Matt is the one who normally spots bugs in our house, and he's like, don't go in there, or he's like, don't look, and then he'll like take care of it for me usually. I'm not down with big bugs. I'm I'm fine. If you're a daddy long leg, you can live in our house. It's fine. But if you are a wolf spider or just a large spider, you're dying. So I had to get up from my workout. Well, I didn't have to. I did. I chose to get up from my workout, and I went and grabbed a kitchen bowl because the spider was also probably this big with like its legs and everything. It was probably about this big. That was my morning of working out early at 6 in the morning, or 6:15 this morning. Anyway, the only reason I got up this morning to work out that early is because of a sermon I watched yesterday. No, that's the wrong wording. Is because I watched a sermon last night, and it hit my heart so much through the Lord really did. And I was like, this just changed my entire life. Like, I kid you not, this changed my entire life. And I was like, I I am going to be a brand new person. Like, I kid you not. So, actually, technically I'm not, because it's like stepping into who I already am and already was created to be. So, I will just be walking that way. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about it right now. His name is Keith Craft. Never heard of him. Very well known, supposedly. He is the pastor and started Elevate Life Church in Texas. I'm pretty sure they have more locations, though I believe he is the pastor of that specific one. He was speaking at Legacy Church. Okay, so I just randomly found this on YouTube. I don't know. Matt came home and was like, how'd you find this? And I was like, I don't know, the Lord. That's an answer to a lot of questions I get asked. Like, how did this happen? Jesus? Those are stories for another time, though. So what happened was I clicked on it because it was called your divine thumbprint, and I was just like, this goes and pertains into like my calling so much. And I'm not talking about like I'm talking about my specific calling that I like already know from the Lord, that like I have been wrestling with how to express and like kind of create in like my calling. I hope that makes sense, because I'm gonna be wrapping my mind around it soon. This unleashed so much. So he ended up talking about how when he was 14, the Lord basically spoke to him, basically like dropped this in him, and he spoke to him about how he has a thumbprint or thumbprints and fingerprints that are like nobody else's in the world, and that our DNA, we have discovered that 99% of us, like, we all share the same type of DNA, yet every single person, there is a 1% difference. And he was talking about how the evidence of that is on our fingerprints, or our thumbprint. And that God basically dropped a 1% difference in you for his glory, and it's God's glory living in you that we have not activated basically a lot of the time. And he was talking about how we walk around so fearful and so timid, and he's like, do you not understand who made you? Do you not get this? And then he ended up reading, I'm not saying this was all in order, by the way, but he ended up reading a part of, it's either Matthew or John, and he basically talks about, he's talking to Simon Peter, and he's like, he said something like, you are blessed, and he said that the foundation for my, something about foundation, and then he said, my church, hell will not even be able to come against you, to prevail against you, aka cannot be, like, hell cannot overcome you whatsoever. And he was talking about his church. He said, my church. I am going to reference this verse right here since I'm driving and it would be dangerous to look it up, and I'm filming on my phone. It was so good. I'm sorry, I am totally botching it, but it was so good, and I'm sure you grasped my point. We are God's church, the church body. A lot of people say like capital C, church, and I'm saying that if you don't know what they're referring to. That's us, believers. That's us. And if hell cannot prevail against you, what can? What are you allowing to come against you and stop you from living who you are and who you were created to be? And that was like, that hit my soul. And I was like, oh my gosh. One, that. Two, I I have a 1% difference than everybody else. And when we step into that, and when we are who we created to be, think about when you're like, oh, I could never say that, but blah, blah, blah can say that. And they can get away with it. Because they are being who they are. Not everybody is going to get through the same doors. Those things hit me. That's not all that hit me, but those hit me hard. Where I was like, 1, I'm convicted. 2, you're right. You're right. This is the Lord, and He made us all different. And if we are not walking in that, people do not get to see the magnitude, the wholeness of what God has placed in us. And they don't see God as much as they could in you. And I was just like, no. And also, it's so fun to be you and who God created you to be. Like, it is so fun. I understand what He is saying when He's like, why are you so fearful? Do you not know your Maker? And so He gave like 3 points. And the first 2 was we have to know God and we have to know who we are. But we can't know who we are without knowing God. He had a third one. And I don't remember what that one was. I will go back and watch that and see what the third one is and put it in here. And I will also link the sermon down below. And oh, you guys, this changed my life. This literally changed my life. It was like, you know when you're searching for an answer and you feel like I'm missing something, there's a missing link here. Like, this is another one that I was like missing. And it wasn't like those are kind of things you know, but when you put it that way, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? When you know you're you are 1% different, it changes your world, it changes your life, and it changes how you live. And that is exactly what is going to happen for me. I love you, and I will chat with y'all soon. Bye.